Hi, this is Aditya from Just Tutors, and in this video we are going to learn about motion and measures of distance. So in today's video we are going to cover two subtopics. First one would be measurements and how to measure the distance of objects, and the second one is about motion and its types. So we will first start with measurements. So in this segment we are going to learn about how we measure the dimensions of different objects and also the distance between any 2 points. Now try and take a look at these questions here. First one says, how long is the room? How wide is this desk? And how far away is moon from the earth? Now think about all these three questions. They all have one thing in common. Now that would be the distance between any two places. Now these two places can be close enough, like two ends of a table or maybe a desk, and sometimes it can be far apart, like the distance between moon and earth. Moon and earth being the two objects. Now we're going to think about the units that we use to measure the dimensions or maybe the distance between any two objects. So we'll be discussing the standard units of measurement. Now just because the things should stay uniform, the scientists all over the world, they have accepted a standard of units of measurement. Now we all follow the International System of Units, or shortly referred to as SI units. The SI unit of measuring length is meter. Now this unit is divided into 100 equal divisions called centimeters, in which the word centi means 100 for 100 divisions. Now each centimeter has got 10 equal divisions as well. So we chunk it down to a newer unit which is called millimeter. Now we'll establish relation between the different units of measurement, meter being the standard or the SI unit. So 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Now we just discussed that the word centi means 100. So centimeter means 100 in 1 meter. Next up is the relation between centimeters and millimeters. So we just discussed that there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Now these units are preferable when we have to measure smaller distances or dimensions. For measuring larger distances, we use a more convenient unit which is much bigger than meter, called kilometer. Now 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. You should always keep this in mind, like which unit is preferred for which kind of measurement. Now we will be learning about how we can use different measuring instruments to measure dimensions of an object. So here we are given 3 steps of using a measuring instrument to measure the dimension. So let's say that we are using a scale right here. So the first thing that we should do is to place the scale in contact with the object we want to measure. Once we have the measuring scale in line with the dimension of the object, then the second step would be coinciding the 0 mark with the start of the dimension of the particular object. Now if we are not able to do that properly, then we might get error in our measurement. The third and the last step would be the correct position of the eye. So it's very important that your eye must be exactly in front of the point where you're taking the measurement. Like here we have been shown 3 positions of the eye: A, B and C. Notice that B is actually the correct position so that you can take the correct measurement. If you take the measurement from points A and C, you can find a difference in measurement which can be conferred as an error. After measurement, we're going to discuss about the motion. Now motion is described as the change in position of an object with respect to time. We are aware that everything in the universe is tend to move. It can be a very small, a slight movement to a very big movement as well. but we should always remember that the movement never stops. Like celestial bodies, Earth is moving around the Sun and the Sun is moving around the galaxy. Next up, we are discussing about the types of motion. So the first one on the list is circular motion. Now this is actually the movement of an object along a circular path. We should keep this in mind that this motion can be uniform or can be a constant rotation speed, or maybe non-uniform as well. So talking about the celestial bodies, we've already discussed that Earth revolves around the Sun. Now this planet has a uniform speed while it's orbiting around any other celestial body. The second one would be periodic motion. Now talking about periodic motion, it's a motion that is repeated in equal intervals of time. It can be the movement of a rocking chair, a moving fan, or maybe a pendulum bob, as one is shown right here. Now this can be explained with the help of an activity in which you can tie a stone at the end of a thread, and you can try and hold the string in your hand and let the stone hang from it. Now pull the stone to one side and try and observe the movement of the stone with respect to the point from where you're holding the string. This motion is same as that of a pendulum bob and is referred to as periodic motion. Next would be rectilinear motion. Now this is a kind of a linear motion that happens in a particular direction. The thing to remember about this kind of motion is that it's a straight line motion. Now this can be clearly explained with the help of a train moving along a straight track, or the way a lift moves up or down. So all these motions are an example of rectilinear motion. Even when a man is sliding along a box in a straight line, it's also an example of rectilinear motion. So whenever any object is traveling in a straight line, they all are examples of rectilinear motions. Next up is we are going to discuss some questions, so pause the video and try to attempt these questions here. Now here I have provided the answers for all the questions, so try and analyze your performance after we have learned so much about measuring distances. We've got some more questions here. I'll be providing the answers for these questions as well. Just pause the video and try and attempt these questions. I have provided the answers for these questions as well, so try and think over your performance by looking at the answers. That would be all for today. Thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com. Thank you.